Gwen, we're ready on this end whenever it's time to start.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. It is 10:25, so we will call the Administration and Finance Committee to order. Well, let me go through a few things and then we'll do roll call. People are still trickling in. We are continuing to meet virtually due to the pandemic. So if people are interested in joining to give public comment or to observe the committee meeting, you can go to our meetings and agendas page on the city website and click on the link for this meeting, and that will bring you in. You can always provide public comment by sending us an email. The email address is council@ci.missoula.mt.us. And you can always call us and leave a voicemail. The phone number is 552-6012. Could you please do a roll call, Lisa?
Sure thing. Stacy Anderson.
Present.
Mirta Becerra.
Present.
John Contos.
Here.
Heather Harp. Looks like Heather's not here yet. Jordan Hess.
Present.
Gwen Jones.
Present.
Julie Merritt. Looks like Julie's absent right now. Jesse Ramos. Appears to be absent. Amber Sherrill. Absent. Sandra Vasica.
Present.
Brian Von Lossberg.
Here.
And Heidi West. Looks like Heidi is gone, so that means we have 7 members present and 5 members absent.
Great, thank you. So that means we do have a quorum. We have minutes from the A&F meeting on September 22nd, 2021. Were there any changes to those minutes? Seeing none, those will stand approved. Okay, and I will call for public comment on items not on the agenda. Mr. Larson.
Yeah, this is Matt Larson, Ward 3. I would request that everyone not approve any more expenses for the city, seeing as how the finance department cannot even produce a complete capital assets list for everything in the city. I'd also like to stress that I've been unconstitutionally banned from participating in a meaningful manner with city council. I was done so by Jim Nugent and Carl Horton himself. This is very dangerous actions by Carl Horton and Jim Nugent, and it's unilateral. There's no reason that I should be banned from emailing or calling city council, and it's actually just another roadblock that city council members wish to employ unilaterally against those that dissent. But I guess we'll have to figure it out in court. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Okay, moving on with our item. Okay, next we have, the first item we have is 3.1, contract amendment Selectron for Atlas Insights and Inspector Modules. And Aaron Bowman, are you here to present on this?
I am.
Excellent. Thank you. Go ahead.
All righty. So building division within the city of Missoula is looking to expand our applications with Selectron Industries. They are a provider of our IVR system for our inspection scheduling. And they also have a product called their Atlas Insights and Atlas Inspector applications. And the building department would like to go to these two applications primarily due to the fact that they will increase not only our efficiencies within our inspection process, but they are actually able to provide us with technical support and a customized product, which we currently do not have access to. We are currently using a standard application that has very poor technical support, and we have found that our inspectors' efficiencies are significantly reduced due to outages with our inspector app and our scheduling program that is built into our permitting system. And so this is a third-party application that will allow us to be more efficient and provide better service to the community.
Great. Thank you so much. Are there any questions from council regarding this item? Seeing
Hey,
none.
Gwen, this is Lisa. I apologize. Would you be able to promote Heather Harp is in the waiting room, and I have been trying to promote her to panelist and it's not working for me. Can you see if you can do it? Oh, there she goes.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Any questions from council? Otherwise, I am looking for a motion.
Gwen, this is Heather. I'm happy to put the motion on the floor.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not seeing any raised hand. Anyway, that's all right. Thank you for the motion. That motion is in order. I will take public comment on the motion. Go ahead, Mr. Larson.
Yeah, again, I don't think we should be buying anything at the city until we actually have a complete capital assets list. It's totally mind-boggling that this doesn't even exist at the city level.
So Max, we're talking about item 3.1, so you
I'm
need to
going
address your
this.
comments to that.
Excuse me, I'd like to know what the inspector application actually does. And I was going to get to that before you so rudely interrupted me.
Okay.
You rudely interrupted me, Gwen. Please, I'm trying to wonder what the inspection app actually does.
Can you please?
No, I'm not. I'm interrupting you this time because you interrupted me. Please tell me what the inspector app does.
Okay. Moving on with the meeting, we will have a roll call vote.
Stacy Anderson,
Yes.
Mirta Becerra,
Yes.
John Contos,
Yes.
Heather Harp,
Yes.
Jordan Hess,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Sandra Vasica,
Yes.
Brian Von Lossberg,
Yes.
and Heidi West.
Yes.
So that is unanimous for all in attendance.
Thank you. That item will go into the consent agenda. Okay, next is 3.2 software quote for Microsoft 3-year agreement. Carl Horton is here to present on that. Good morning, Carl.
Hi. Good morning. So this first one is for our Microsoft 3-year agreement. The action is to approve the quote for a 3-year agreement, which provides for the continuation of the city's Microsoft enterprise licensing for our servers and our users, including Office 365. I move that the City Council approve and authorize the mayor to sign the quote for a 3-year software agreement with Dell Technologies totaling $867,782.91 with a total annual payments of $289,260.97 each year in support of these licensing costs. This quote represents a continuation of a long-term relationship with Dell Technologies, who is one of the vendors for the state of Montana to provide government agencies with enterprise agreements for Microsoft, and also for new licensing and software assurance. This agreement will begin on October 1st and October 1st, 2021, and expire September 30th, 2024. There is a 60-day window, so that October 1st, if we miss it a few days, that's not a problem. It will provide all of our computer licensing, user licensing, office, phone support, phone licensing, audio conferencing, and different applications on the Office 365 platform. And it also locks the pricing for the next 3 years. I'm not sure if anybody's followed this, but Microsoft is looking at increasing all their licensing next spring by up to 25%. Software costs are higher than in previous years due to our strategic move to Office 365 and Teams. Dell will present a complete contract, which I just got this morning. The annual cost of the 3-year agreement will be funded by the approved FY22 IT budget and department billing at a standard rate of $1,100 per new user as in previous years. The city has added 50 users since July of 2020. So we will backbill those departments for that. So approximately 50,000 of this cost will be, and the rest of the billing balance will be funded through existing approved CIP budgets.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, 25% increase next year for Microsoft. So that's a big step up. All right. Are there any questions from council regarding this item? And I'm not sure if the raise hand feature, if I'm able to see it or if I press something inadvertently. So raise your hand like this if you have a question. Otherwise, I'm looking for a motion. Stacy Anderson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm happy to make the recommended motion.
Great, thank you. All right, seeing no other questions from council, I will call for public comment. We have no one in the attending room, so we will have a roll call vote on this item.
Yes.
All right, Stacy Anderson,
Yes.
Mirta Becerra,
Yes.
John Contos,
Yes.
Heather Harp,
Yes.
Jordan Hess,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Sandra Vasica,
Yes.
Brian Von Losper,
Yes.
Heidi West.
Yes.
So that's unanimous for all in attendance.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, the last 3 items are hardware, I believe. So Carl, I was hoping you could just present on 3.3, 3.4, and 3.5 all together, and we'll take them we'll bundle them together. How does that sound?
That sounds good. And, I wanted to get all this stuff over early, like all as one big batch, because we are having an extreme difficult time getting hardware. The first one I'm going to discuss, I do not think this is going to arrive at the city until sometime in January of 2022. So, we're trying to anticipate some things here and just try to stay ahead of the curve, because hardware, clean down to desktops, laptops are taking a very long time to arrive. Almost anything computer related, it has been on back order. So, but that being said, the first one is to approve a hardware quote from Dell for a new replacement data center core identified in the approved 2022 CIP. Although 2 replacement cores were identified, this request will utilize the available funds to purchase one single larger core. The new larger core will replace an older core that contains 3 servers and will include an additional 3 servers of storage capacity for future growth. The total purchase cost is $255,080.05, and that will be funded through a combination of approved and funded 2022 CIP, and part of it coming from the ARPA budget. The reason we decided to go with one larger core is that part of the Microsoft licensing agreement that we went over first, there's 17 physical servers on there that we pay. And I think that by buying one larger deal right now, and this will be around for the next 6 years. Just having one larger one will allow us to maybe consolidate and drop that 17 number down to 15, which would be an additional savings on some of our server licensing. The next one is to approve a hardware quote for Cerium for 5 new replacement switches identified in the approved 2022 CIP. This is part of our 5-year switch replacement program for all of our remote locations. So I think we have 1 more year. This quote was broken down. You can see if you take a look at it, there are there's like 4 on top, and then there's 1 on the bottom, and they're just different. The 4 on top are what are known as stacking. So we need to, for an example, just a quick example is we are putting a 3rd courtroom in City Hall, and they're going to need additional capacity. So 2 of those will go in to that switch closet, and we stack them. So there's a little bit of additional cost to those for stacking switches for extra cables and stuff. The total purchase cost is $43,623.13, and it will be approved through and funded through the 2022 CIP replacement fund. And the last one is for 2 data center switches. Approve the hardware quote from Cerium for 2 new data center switches identified and approved in the 2022 CIP. The 2 data center switches are new items that will provide increased capacity together with the new data center core that we're purchasing. The total purchase of $56,815.74 will be funded through the approved and funded 2022 ARPA request. So these will match up with the new core that we are putting in place. And that is all I have.
Great, thank you. And I appreciate you getting out ahead of this. Distribution is still painfully slow on so many things in America right now. So I think it's smart to be getting this out in front. Do we have any questions from council? None. I am looking for a motion, and I think without any objection, if there's any objection from council, let me know, but I would love to just have one motion. Well, someone could make all three motions and we'll vote on them all together if that's fine. Seeing no objection, I'll be looking for that motion. Heather.
Gwen, happy to put all of those motions packaged together on the table.
Thank you. Any other questions from council or comments? Seeing none, I will call for public comment on this. Mr. Larson, I see you want to make public comment. I'll give you another opportunity, but you need to respect our rules of decorum and stay on the topic. Go ahead.
Hello, yeah, this is Matt Larson. I was wondering why all of the quotes for this material, the 5 switches that you're replacing, is all redacted. Is this some sort of Defense Department type spending, or is this a city?
They are redacted for
That's all right,
cybersecurity.
Carl, that's okay. We don't have to respond to public comment, but I appreciate the comment on that. Are there any other questions from council?
Checks out.
Lisa, can you please mute Mr. Larson?
It appears that he is. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. House.
I was hoping that Carl could answer that question just for our benefit here.
Thank you. Carl?
Why is it redacted?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
For cybersecurity purposes. I mean, we do not want to publish what hardware we are running in the background. So that's why it's redacted.
And a follow-up, is that a standard practice just for cybersecurity purposes?
Yes.
Thanks.
Great, thank you. Are there any other comments from council? All right, seeing none, we will do a roll call vote on this bundled motion. Go ahead, Lisa.
All right. And you want to do this for all 3, correct, Gwen?
Yes.
All right, sounds great. Stacy Anderson,
Yes.
Mirta Becerra,
Yes.
John Contos,
Yes.
Heather Harp,
Yes.
Jordan Hess,
Yes.
Gwen Jones,
Yes.
Sandra Visica,
Yes.
Brian Von Losberg,
Yes.
and Heidi West.
Yes.
So that's unanimous for all in attendance.
Thank you so much. So that can all go on the consent agenda, and I appreciate the information today, Carl, and appreciate getting all of this done earlier than later. So seeing no other items on our agenda, we will stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.